Yo, as you know, Trump has been ordered to participate in giving some of the funds to the American people. You know what I'm saying? The government shutdown has been long. It's been a long, long, long 30, I want to say 35 days, 33 days, one of the two. Listen, I do government contracting and I ain't even been paid yet. You feel me? So I feel some type of way. But it is, I will say this, right? It's a good thing that they are trying to participate and agree. As you know, two federal judges ordered the Trump administration to fund the American people and fund the SNAP benefits, and they refused to. They gave a pushback at first, but this is a news article that I found that pretty much says that they will, perhaps give you half of what you was getting when you was on Snap or whatever, whatever. So they are trying to, give the people back they benefits and stuff like that. Now, listen, my thing in the past or the other videos, I said that most people should have a backup plan for situations like this, right? And I still stand on that. But for the people that's just abusing the system, I ain't with you. You know what I'm saying? Because we, as the American people, the hard workers, the people that go to work every day, got to pay for your mishaps in life, and I don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But let's go. Let's get into this video.
The Trump administration now says it will partially fund SNAP food assistance. This comes as we rapidly approach the longest federal government shutdown in U.S. history. The White House made the announcement in response to a federal judge's order, but the Trump administration says the money will only cover about half of each eligible household's benefits for this month. Unless there's a breakthrough in Congress, this shutdown will break a record on Wednesday for the longest shutdown ever. Now restaurants are stepping up and joining banks to try to feed people in need. In California, 300 Carl's Jr. restaurants are offering $1 meals for affected federal workers, military members,
I will
and
say
for
this,
SNAP
right?
recipients.
I will
Let's
say
start
this.
this hour with NBC News
Listen,
Chief
I'm gonna stop
Capitol
this
Hill.
video real quick. I do appreciate the companies that are giving back, right? Because listen, I ordered some DoorDash yesterday, and I like Popeyes. Everybody know I like Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? I like Popeyes, and I guess that's a whatever. We ain't gonna get into that subject, but I like Popeyes signature hot wings. Right? It was buy one get one free. You know what I'm saying? We got to give it up for Popeyes because they really did that thing on that. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. Yeah, all these companies like DoorDash, Lyft, all of these car juniors, whatever, like y'all have been making money off the American people, off people for years. Why not give back? You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate that because, man, without the people, you're not in business. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it going.
Correspondent Ryan, I know you're out at a food bank in Virginia. What are people saying about SNAP now that it's set to be partially funded?
Yeah, Kate, this food bank in Virginia, steady stream of traffic all day long because the need is as great as it's ever been in this community. And the executive director of this food bank telling me that she is somewhat satisfied or relieved that those partial SNAP benefits are going to come through. But she insisted that that is not the solution to the problem, that the government shutdown needs to come to an end or this need will just increase. In a food bank like this, close to Washington, D.C., they've got the companion problem of not just those SNAP benefit recipients who are worried about where their next meal may come from, but also furloughed federal government workers, many of whom have had to use a food bank for the very first time because they've now gone two separate occasions without a full paycheck. And for the folks that we talked to here today, there's just a lot going on that's making life very difficult, and finding out when their next meal may come is just part of it. Take a listen.
Food prices, number one, is so high. And then not being able to go to work, or you're not being able to get the hours that you need. This place you can come to and you can get stuff for your family that you can put together. Right. And I think it's a really good program to have.
And Virginia is, of course, one of many states where the state government is attempting to fill the gap that the federal government may leave behind. But, Kate, the problem with that is that well could run dry as well. The uncertainty is still a big problem for many across the country.
Ryan, some Democrats are criticizing President Trump for his Mar-a-Lago Great Gatsby-themed Halloween party on Friday. Democrats also increasingly calling on the president to get involved, more involved in shutdown talks. What do they want to see?
Well, they want negotiations around health care, Kate, and that's another big part of the problems that many Americans are dealing with, and that is that healthcare premiums could skyrocket for millions of Americans who take advantage of the Affordable Care Act if those premium subsidies are not extended. And what House Democrats and Senate Democrats want is for Republicans to come to the table and negotiate around health care, around the Affordable Care Act, around health care in general. And it's something that Republicans have been resistant to do. They argue that they have a bill on the floor that would open the government tomorrow, and then those negotiations can begin. Democrats say they don't trust Republicans to make that deal after the government opens, which is part of why we find ourselves in the situation that we're in.
Yeah,
Kate.
for sure.
What I find is interesting is we got two parties that are pretty much going at it, can't come to an agreement, and you make people suffer that has to do nothing with nothing that's going on in the office, right? When you look at the American people, these are people that are struggling to pay their bills. They don't want to feel the mishaps of people can't come to a decision. Democrat Party, Republican Party. It just makes no sense to me why you will continue to make people suffer knowingly. All you have to do is come to an agreement on what's going to happen with healthcare. I don't know. That's a whole nother video that I'm going to talk about. I think this is more so about control. It's not about anything else but control. I don't even think it's about money at this point. I think that the Trump administration really just want to get their way, and do things their way. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I would really like to know what you think in the comment section below. You know what this is. Starts with Cornelius. I'm out. Peace.